Okay, so we've got a new Hachette Partworks magazine. Strangely enough, this is issue 2. We'll get onto that in a minute. But any long-term subscribers will know that I have done a fair few different Partworks magazines in the past, but I've only ever done anything that is Warhammer. So I did all of the Warhammer Conquest run. That was with the Space Marines and the Death Guard. I did most of the Mortal Realms run. That was Stormcast Eternals and Nighthaunt. I started doing a fair amount of the Warhammer Imperium. That is Space Marines again and Necrons. And I'm still working out if I'm going to do Stormbringer. Now, I do have a copy of issue number 1 for Stormbringer that I'm going to review in the next couple of days. But for today, let's talk about Dungeons & Dragons Adventurer. Now, there's been very, very little fanfare for this. I think I saw it in a Facebook ad and decided to try and pick up a copy. Now, this is part of a 4-issue limited run. Let me just read what we've got here. Dear subscriber, thank you for subscribing to Dungeons & Dragons Adventurer. The limited 4-issue run has now come to an end, and we'll be looking at the level of interest before making a decision about whether the full collection will be launched nationally in the near future. Now, so I get issue 2. That's the free issue they sent me. I am definitely looking for issues 1, 3, and 4, because what I want to do is I want to put these together and almost do a playthrough, put together my own Dungeons & Dragons scenario using the information from these. We will go through this today, and I'll tell you what I think of it. It also says, we'd like to thank you for supporting the Dungeons & Dragons Adventurer Limited Run. Your account has not been charged, and we're including a free issue from the test run for you to enjoy. We hope that this is to your satisfaction. Please look out for exciting titles coming soon from Hachette Partworks. So, okay, Dungeons & Dragons Adventurer. All we get with this, and I think this might be the crux of whether it's going to work or not, is we get a whole ton of dice. So this is the issue. This is the dice that came with issue 2. Issue 1 came with a nice tin with some dice in it. 3 and 4 again, more dice. I don't know why you would collect 80 editions of something to get dice in each individual one. That's massive overkill. There is a premium subscription available as well, for which you get some minis along with your dice. However, it must be noted that for the extra you pay for the premium subscription to go and buy those minis, it costs pretty much exactly the same money. So there's no saving to be made by going premium at all. Although I believe the premium ones are painted miniatures. I'm not entirely sure on that, but I think they might be painted. Anyway, so we've got some nice dice. We've got a D6, a D10, D8, D4. Yeah. D20. Another D10. So 10. Oh, sorry, 12. D100. Okay, so yeah, and they're nice. They feel nice quality. I wouldn't say that there's anything overly premium about them, but yeah, they are cool. I do like them. Okay, now before I get into this, I don't play Dungeons & Dragons, never played it. I am very interested, and I wanted to pick up this run to learn more about it and find out if it's something I want to get into. So we've got issue 2, a new and exclusive adventure, Spellcasting Explained, a town guide to the Paladin, how to gain advantage and inspiration. Welcome to issue number 2 of Dungeons & Dragons Adventurer. As we continue our guide to the world's greatest role-playing game, we uncover more options for dungeon masters and players alike. There's magic in the air as we introduce you to the world of spellcasting, courtesy of the wizard and cleric. We also shine a spotlight on the shadows to focus on the clandestine figures of the rogue as we take a deeper delve into the world of your characters. Inhabit with a stroll around the border of inhabit with a stroll around the border time of Phandalin. Phandalin, nice. Okay, so contents, we've got spellcasting explained, character creation, so for halflings, and then we've got rogue lore and rogue abilities, then sage advice, advantage, disadvantage, and inspiration. And then number 2 of that is resting and hit die. Then we've got setting lore for Phandalin, and then we've got an adventure, King Under the Hill. All right, it's got next issue here as well. Continue adventure, race lore of elves. Then we get into combat and much, much more. So just have a brief look through it, explaining about spell casting. It's got an example there, excuse my cat, of a character sheet with all our spell slots in them. Spell levels, the anatomy of a spell. So components got verbal, somatic, material, as well as the duration. Quite a lot of information about concentration. So this is all actually, so juxtapose this against the Warhammer stuff. Warhammer stuff, you get a huge amount of lore, just lore, and then you get the little bits of rules at the end and all that kind of stuff. All of the rules and information are combined into the body of the book. So there you go, page 1, talking about spell slots, where they go on your character sheet. Page 2, they're talking about putting the spells together and how they work, concentration, the exact rules around it. A spellcaster loses concentration on a spell if they cast another spell that requires concentration. A character can't concentrate on 2 spells at once. Actual rules within the body of this. So I like this. So it looks like we're learning quite a lot in a short period of time. Preparing wizard and cleric spells, so casting in armor. Because of the mental focus and precise gestures required for spell casting, a character must be proficient with the armor they're wearing to cast a spell. They're otherwise too distracted and physically hampered by the armor for spell casting. I have to say, I'm really impressed by this. I think I was worried, and we'll get on to pricing at the end, because I think that's going to be the killer for this run. But yeah, we'll get onto that at the end. We'll run through all this stuff first. So again, discussion on spell slots, preparing wizard spells, preparing cleric spells. So there's a difference. Okay, now this is general lore. So this is about halflings. Halflings are the small good folk of the land. Some settle in their ancestral family homes while others explore, hoping to find something delightful with each new horizon. Wherever they are, halflings find comfort in life's simple joys, seeking out good company to while away their time. Okay, a little bit of rule. No, that's not. Okay, so that's cool. Now, character creation, the rogue. There are those whose abilities lie not with martial weaponry or magic, but with a quiet motion, dexterous action, and stealth. Whether a thief in the shadows or a diplomat in the spotlight, rogues combine agility, composure, charm, and deadly strikes to achieve their goals. Overview of the rogues and realms, and the language of thieves. Okay, so straight into law number 2, rogue abilities. So they talk about sneak attacks, advantage in proximity, right, okay, and a little table for damage. All of their weapons, finesse weapons and range weapons. Then we've got more rules for advantage, disadvantage, and inspiration. Inspiration and advantage increase your character's chance of success in Dungeons and Dragons, while disadvantage makes it harder for them to achieve their goals. So, potion of advantage. Introduced as an uncommon magic item in the wild beyond the Witchlight, this potion makes the form of a sparkling golden mist that moves and pours like water. When you drink it, you gain the advantage of one ability check, attack roll, or saving throw of your choice within the next hour. Okay, I have to say, I'm really enjoying this. I don't do much role playing. I've never played D&D, but there's enough flavour within this, and unfortunately, this is issue number 2. So again, if anyone has got the other issues, please let me know. I'll be happy to buy them at a reasonable price. But yeah, this is really cool. I'm kind of hoping this does get to a full run now. Bardic Inspiration, the Rule of Cool. Advantage and Inspiration are great ways to reward a player who attempts something special, making them more likely to succeed in their attempt. But occasionally a player suggests something so cunning or audacious that you want to reward it even further. On these very rare occasions, you might choose what some DMs call the Rule of Cool, allowing the action to automatically succeed because it will be a legendary addition to the storyline. That's cool. I like that. Resting and hit dice. Downtime helps adventurers regain their strength and recharge their abilities. Short rests and long rests. Okay, I can guess what those are. Yeah, so sorry to say it. Now, obviously not knowing D&D, I don't know how many rules there are and how expansive the rule books are, but I can say that in a very short space of time, we've put together a lot of different rules. Now it appears that these sort of red D10s that are on here, I'm assuming that red is for rules, sage advice, sorry, it's got there. Law is green. Blue looks like character creation. Purple is spell casting. And you can see these numbered pages, they don't go in order. So you've got page 8 there and you've got page 1 there. So they're not set out for the magazine, they're set out for when it's separated into their ring binders and that kind of thing. So yeah, very cool. Right. Phandalin. Nestled in the rocky foothills of the snow-capped Sword Mountains is the mining town of Phandalin. After years in ruin following an attack by orcs, new settlers have arrived, raising homes and businesses atop the rubble. It's a place where families build their dreams for the future and where heroes start their journey. A bit about exploring Phandalin. More information about landmarks. I'm assuming this is for the DMs to find out more. And a kind of welcome part there. Okay, so adventure number 2. The Forgotten Vault. Players can use the pre-generated character streets that came with issue 1 of D&D Adventurer, or they can create their own character using the information provided in the basic skills section of issue number 1 and the blank character sheet that appeared in that magazine. And then it gives some lore or an overview, some brief history about the Forgotten Vault. Adventure goals. To complete this adventure, the party must recover the Elf Queen statue from the vault underneath the ruined villa and return it to Darren for a reward. Yeah. The adventure begins in the small mining town of Phandalin. A local orchid keeper, Darren Edemarth, is looking for volunteers to venture into the Neverwinter Wood. The characters meet him at his cottage, where he shows them the map depicted in the final page of this adventure. Darren explains he is of sound mind, but no memory of making the map. And then it gives some information. Who is Darren? travelling to the villa, and then features that are within the vault. So it spells out everything that's going on along the story of this. And I'm assuming someone's DMing and they're allowing the other players to obviously make their decisions and go through and all that kind of stuff. This is really very cool. And it's up to the... And again, experienced players, please help me out here. I'm assuming that the DM's going to add his own flavour or her own flavour into the story as it goes. Maybe throw in a few hints here and there and change the story slightly as it goes through, but generally keeping to what's here. So we've got keyed locations. We've got a trapdoor, nightingale floor, collapsed chamber, and the underground river. Yeah, so there's a trapdoor down the bottom. So you need to navigate your way right through here. Oh, you could just go straight across there. Very cool. And then we've got some enemies here as well. The animated armor. Medium construct unaligned. It's got his hit points, his armor class, and his speed. Speed of 25 feet, yeah. Strength, dexterity, constitution maybe. INT, intuition. Yeah, I don't know what all these are. Damage immunities to poison and psychic. Condition immunities, blinded, charmed, deafened, exhaustion, frightened, paralyzed, petrified, poisoned. I need to get that issue 1, man. I need to know what all this stuff is. Okay, then we've got another one, Mimic. Very cool indeed. Statue located in vault underneath ruined villas in woods. So this is, all right, so this is Endermath's map. So this wasn't the map, but it serves for a pretty close approximation. And I imagine when you put it together yourself, or if you're the DM, you're writing it out, you're going to end up with a similar sort of thing. So yeah, this keyed location, this does continue the story. So it starts here, the beginning of the adventure, information about Darren, the travel to the villa, your arrival there, features of the vault, the trapdoor, nightingale floor, collapsed chamber, the underground river, V5 and V6, false treasury, and the statue room. It's closed door there. And then the return to Endermath as well. So it all flows through in its own little story there. And again, nice and short. But yeah, I'll tell you what, this is different from what I thought it was going to be. I thought I was going to be able to explain to you that this wasn't going to be very good, but I have different opinions, to be honest with you. So if there is a problem with Dungeons & Dragons Adventurer, what is it going to be going forward? So when you talk about dice and all that kind of stuff, and I think it's great to have lots of dice, don't get me wrong, there's only so many you can get. There'll be dice bags and other bits of equipment as well, but there's just not that much to get through over the course of time. And these issues are going to be, I think it's £7.99, for which, as much as I enjoy the content that is within this book, and it's very good because I think it's laid out nicely, it's going to teach me the game very well. Am I going to be happy to continue to pay £7.99 when it's on issue 75 or 76? I just don't know. I just don't know how this is going to grow and stack up over time. Yeah, I'm just not sure if I want to drop hundreds and hundreds of pounds into this magazine. Bearing in mind, I do believe there's a new edition of D&D coming out very soon as well. I'm assuming this is sticking with the old edition, but I don't know that. But certainly, if I can get hold of the other issues, so that's 1, 3 and 4, I'll go for it. I'll do a deep delve on what it is, whether it's the new edition or the previous edition. I'm assuming it's previous or current. But yeah, I have to say I'm really intrigued, actually. Very intrigued. So yeah, looks good. Looks very good. So thanks very much for watching, guys. If you want me to do Dungeons & Dragons Adventurer reviews every week when they come out, so if it does go to a full run, if you do want that, please let me know in the comments. So drop a subscribe and let me know in the comments. And if it gets enough of some decent traction, I'll definitely do it. You know, if that's what you guys want, I will definitely support that and keep going with it. So I'll leave it there. Like I say, Stormbringer issue 1, got a review for that in the next day or two. And actually, as soon as I finish recording this, I shall be getting into Curse City Night Wars. I said I'd do a full review of it. I'm going to do a little bit of content just on my thoughts on it, without going through the gameplay and all that sort of stuff. So that will be coming out in the next couple of days as well. So yeah, I'll leave it there, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you all very soon. Take care.